Good morning to all. Well, myself Dr. Rajeshwari HV, working as an assistant professor in chemistry, JSS College, Gokak. This is my fourth video on microwave spectroscopy. Now, in this video, let us understand how to calculate the rotational energy levels for a rigid diatomic molecules. Now, to calculate the energy expression, so we require the Schrodinger equation. When Schrodinger equation is solved for the rigid diatomic molecules, it is purely quantum mechanical and the derivation is not required here. So when we solve the Schrodinger equation for a rigid diatomic molecule, so we will get back the eigenfunctions and the eigenvalues. The respective eigenvalues will give the energy expression. So which is written over here is nothing but E subscript j is equal to h square divided by 8 pi square I j into j plus 1 joules, where j is nothing but the rotational quantum number. It takes the value 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Now h is the Planck's constant and I is the moment of inertia. So we may consider either I subscript b, IB or IC. So we have three different types of rotation along the axis IA, that is molecular axis, is not considered here because moment of inertia is 0, that is IA is equal to 0 for a linear diatomic molecule. So we take IB and IC. Both are same because IB is end over end rotation along the plane of the paper and IC is end over end rotation perpendicular to the plane of the paper. Now with this using the Schrodinger equation, the energy expression is derived. Now let us know how to calculate or how to find out the wave number and the frequency, that is the difference between the rotational energy levels. And since j is equal to 0 is a ground state and j is equal to 1 is an excited state. So j is equal to 0 is a ground state and j is equal to 1 is the first higher energy level, the first excited state. Now for rotational transition to occur, now the frequency required for this rotational transition so can be obtained by the expression, that is nu is equal to delta E by h, which is according to the equation E is equal to h nu, and if you rearrange the expression we have nu is equal to delta E by h hertz. That gives the frequency, that is the difference between rotational energy level, the frequency required for the rotational transition. Now next is wave number. The wave number is given as nu bar is equal to delta E by hc per centimeter. Now for the radiation. So let us understand how this expression came, that is nu bar is equal to delta E by hc per centimeter. We know that C is equal to nu lambda. Now rearrange this expression, we have nu is equal to C by lambda and 1 by lambda is nothing but what? The wave number nu bar. So we can write the expression as nu is equal to nu bar into C. So this C is written. In place of 1 by lambda I have written nu bar. Now, so I have to find out nu bar wave number. So nu bar is equal to nu by C. So in place of nu I can write the expression delta E by h hertz. Then we have the final expression nu bar is equal to delta E by hc per centimeter of radiation. And the wave number is now written as Ej, that is energy level, divided by hc. Now E subscript j is nothing but, this is epsilon subscript j is nothing but wave number. Now E subscript j is according to equation 6, we have h square 8 pi square I, h square divided by 8 pi square I, j into j plus 1. Substitute the value of E subscript j in this expression. Now we have the final expression h by 8 pi square IC j into j plus 1 per centimeter. So that is equation number 7, where C is the velocity of the light in centimeter per second and nu bar is the wave number in per centimeter. So with this, so we have we came to know the energy expression for the rotational energy levels of diatomic molecule, rigid diatomic molecules, and the expression, that is difference between rotational energy levels corresponding to frequency as well as the wave number. So These expressions are important. Equation number 6 and 7. Now, equation 7 can be written as epsilon subscript j is equal to bj into j plus 1. So, because this h by 8 pi square IC is taken as b, constant b, and b is nothing but the rotational constant. Now, finally, we have the expression epsilon subscript j, that is wave number, is equal to bj into j plus 1 per centimeter. So, this is the final expression for the rotational energy level. Now, if you know the value of J, we can find out the energy of wave number of different energy levels. Now, let us understand what is the selection rule for rotational energy levels for a rigid diatomic molecule. So, this is the selection rule. Delta J is equal to plus or minus 1. That is, the selection rule for pure rotational transition is delta J is equal to plus or minus 1. And we know J is nothing but the rotational quantum number. And this selection rule is obtained from the quantum mechanical concept. The selection rule is obtained from the quantum mechanical concept. The selection rule for the transition between the two rotational state is quantum mechanically given by, that is, permanent dipole moment is equal to integral of the direct product integral. This integral is known as direct product integral. So, here mu stands for permanent dipole moment, and mu is considered in all the direction x, y and z, and psi subscript n is nothing but the initial rotational energy level, and psi subscript m is nothing but the final rotational energy level. We know that transition occurs from initial to final and the permanent dipole moment, because for any molecules to exhibit the microwave spectroscopy, having the permanent dipole moment is important. So, this is the function that we have to integrate within the volume element d tau. D tau is the volume element. So, where we consider x, y and z direction. Now, finally, you should remember what is the selection rule for pure rotational transition. Remember, it is delta J is equal to plus or minus 1. Well, from the direct product integral, we know that psi subscript n is the initial rotational energy state and psi subscript m is the final rotational energy state. So, now to find out the selection rule, we have to analyze this direct product integral. So, if the transition moment integral, it is also known as transition moment integral or the direct product integral, if it is non-zero, if the value is non-zero, then we say the transition is allowed. And if the transition moment integral is 0, if it is 0, if this integral is 0, then we say the transition is forbidden. So, well, we know that when mu is equal to 0, those molecules will not exhibit any microwave absorption. When mu is not equal to 0, the molecules that possesses the permanent dipole moment will exhibit the microwave absorption. The same concept is taken over here. So, this is understood with the help of direct product integral. Remember, when the direct product integral is equal to 0, then the transition is not allowed. That respective rotational transition is not allowed. If the transition moment integral is 0, then the respective transition is forbidden. If it is non-zero, it is allowed, and 0 means it is forbidden. Now, let us analyze how it is. Let us take the transition direct product integral. Psi 2 is the psi subscript 2 is the final rotational energy state, and psi subscript 1 is initial rotational energy state. Let the symmetry of psi subscript 2 is antisymmetry. A stands for antisymmetrical, and mu x is A antisymmetrical, and psi subscript 1 is symmetrical. Now, multiply the symmetries there. Now, antisymmetry into antisymmetry will always give symmetry. Now, symmetry into symmetry will give symmetry. So, when it is symmetrical, remember it is an allowed transition and the direct product integral is non-zero. Now, this is the quantum mechanical basis for the selection of the, to find out the selection rule. So now in the second case, so let us consider this integral. Psi subscript 3 is the final rotational energy state, and psi subscript 1 is the initial energy state. And if this is symmetrical, psi subscript 3 is symmetrical, S stands for symmetrical, and mu subscript x is anti-symmetrical, A stands for anti-symmetrical, and psi subscript 1 is symmetrical. Now multiply that, then we have symmetry into antisymmetry is always antisymmetry, and antisymmetry into symmetry is antisymmetry. If antisymmetry is the product, it is always a forbidden transition. It is not an allowed transition because this integral is equal to 0. The transition moment integral will become equal to 0. So now hope you understood the definition discussion regarding the selection rules. Now finally, the selection rule for the rotation at the pure rotational transition is delta J is equal to plus or minus 1. Now hope you understood how these selection rules are derived from the quantum mechanical concept. Now we have derived an expression for the rotational energy level for a rigid diatomic rotor. Now these are the allowed energy levels for a rigid diatomic rotor, showing the allowed transition. These are the allowed transitions. And below diagram will explain the resulting absorption spectrum. So it is a singular form, spectrum is a singular form, and spectra is the plural form. Now let us know how these energy levels have been written. So if you if you closely observe this, the difference between the rotational energy levels is keeps on increasing. So when J is equal to 0, it is 0. You can see here J is equal to 0, it is 0. When J is equal to 1, it is 2b. When J is equal to 2, it is 6b. So how these values came? So we know that epsilon j, that is wave number, is equal to bj into j plus 1. So that we derived from the previous expression, that final expression for rotational energy level. In this expression, you have to substitute the value j is equal to 0. Then it is 0. So 0 level has 0 energy. Then j is equal to 1 has 2b. Substitute j in place of j2, we have 2b. Then we have 6b, 12b, 20b, 30b and 42b. The spacing between the rotational levels is increasing here. Now, so let us calculate the rotational transition. So this will give the rotational energy, and let us calculate the rotational transition. So these arrow marks represents the rotational transitions. So for that we have to use the expression delta E is equal to 2b into j plus 1. Now if j is equal to 0, then E naught is equal to 2b, right? See the difference? The difference between the first level and the 0th level will become 2b. When j is equal to 1, then E1 is equal to 4b. It is 4b. The difference between the second and the first level is 4b. Third and 2 level is 6b, 8b, 10b and 12b. So when j is equal to 3, it is 8b. J is equal to 4, it is 10b. And j is equal to 5, it is 12b. Now if you keenly observe the rotational spectrum, right, the spacing between the energy difference between the rotational energy level is not same. So understand these two key points. The energy difference between the rotational transition. So this diagram actually represents the absorption spectrum. So this is recorded, the transition is recorded here in the form of absorption spectrum. The spacing here is same. The energy difference between the rotational transition will be the same, it is 2b. But the spacing, the energy difference between the rotational level is not same. You can see the levels. These are the rotational levels, and the energy difference between the rotational levels are not same. It is 1 to 0, it is 2b, 2 to 1 is 4b, then 6b, 8b, 10b, 12b. It keeps on increasing. But the energy difference between the rotational transition is fixed always. It is 2b, 2b, 2b and 2b. So this is what you have to understand from the discussion. Well, we know that how the expression epsilon subscript j is equal to bj into j plus 1 came. We derived this expression using the Schrodinger equation. Now let us know how to find out the delta E, that is the energy difference between the rotational transition, how it is determined using the expression 2b into J plus 1. We should know how this expression came. Well, now let us consider the transition from J to J plus 1. That is, J is lower energy state and J plus 1 is higher energy state. In general, the frequency of the rotational spectral line arising from a transition J to J plus 1 level is given by, that is 2b into J plus 1. So this expression we have used to find the energy difference between the rotational transition. So the transition is J to J plus 1. So delta E, the difference between the energy level. So J plus 1 is higher energy state and E subscript J is the lower energy state. This is the general expression what we have written. Now, well, we know that E subscript J, epsilon subscript J is equal to what? H square 8 pi square I J into J plus 1. This is energy and this is energy. And now substitute the value of E energy here. So in place of J plus 1, so in place of J for the higher energy level J plus 1, in place of J you have to write J plus 1. So I have written J is equal to J plus 1 here. So we have J plus 1, and in this place if you write J plus 1, then we have J plus 2, because J plus 1 will give J plus 2 H square 8 pi square I, minus of, in place of J you have to write J. This is lower energy level, so you have only J, and write J here. So same term will be considered, J into J plus 1 H square 8 pi square I. Now since a H square divided by 8 pi square I is common, you have to take out that as a common. Then remaining terms are J plus 1 into J plus 2 minus of J into J. Now if you solve this equation, then we have J square plus 3J plus 2 minus J square minus J. Minus J square and plus J square will get cancelled with each other. Then we have the final expression H square 8 pi square I into 3J minus J plus 2, because 3J minus J plus 2 is written here. Now minus 3J minus J will become equal to 2J plus 2. So we can write the expression as 2 is common, take the 2 common out, H square 8 pi square I is taken as constant B, and B is nothing but the rotational constant, and J plus 1. So finally we have the expression, the difference between the rotational energy levels can be determined using the expression delta E is equal to 2B into J plus 1. Now through this discussion we have understood why the difference between the rotational transition is same, and the difference between the rotational energy level keeps on increasing. Thank you.